Okay.
Right, are you ready, steady, go?
Yep, I'm recording.
Okay. The first stove I built was one suggested by Kelpie Wilson, and it has a big outside can, and the air enters around the bottom, these holes, and the inside can is that one. The air rises up between them and sucked into the can with the flames flaming straight up. And you see, if you look at the bottom, air can enter the bottom, and it stands in the bottom of the big can on those screws. So let me put it in there. You see how it's assembled. So the air goes in the bottom. Some of the air is sucked in by the flames to cause flames here in the top of that little can, and the flames are flaming in here in what Kelpie Wilson called a flame cap, and you put the pot on there, and the flames are supposed to be completely burned out by the time that the burnt gases come out of the flames at the top. Now, I tried this and I was horrified at how much tar and sticky mess there was on the bottom of the pan. So then I stopped, and you can pause or something like that. Are you going?
Yep, I'm going.
Okay. The next one I found was a stove where bits of bamboo had been taken and cut lengthwise, about that length, and they'd been crushed so that you could actually pack more into the stove, and it was lit on top, a normal TLUD type of stove, and burned down. There were holes in the bottom, and there was another can went round the outside like this. There they are. And there were many options as to what you could do to put the pot on. For instance, you could put that on there, stand the pot on these screws. We'll come to all the options for the lid later. The other thing was, this is actually the simplest stove you can make, I think, because all you need in the bottom of the inner can is a load of holes, like in Kelpie Wilson's. This one is more advanced, because instead of putting holes in the bottom, I put one larger hole, and I was able to control that, how open it is, so I was able to control how much air was going into the fuel at the bottom. And the air which went up the sides went through these holes all the way around, and also went up between the bricks, because there's plenty of air here, as you can see, to go into the outer can. So that, in fact, worked quite well, especially with this control, because I was able to reduce the amount of air going into the primary air, and so when it was fully open it would burn hard, but you tend to get yellow flames coming out. The yellow flames have got soot in them. But if you turn down the primary air, then there's enough air coming up to pretty well completely burn away the yellow flames, although it's burning at a lower level. So that was quite an advance. Now, shall we talk about lids? No, we'll talk about the grate. It had a grate in the bottom, and you will see in this case, because I've made a handle there as well, that handle of wire was above the sliding bit, and if I drop the grate in there, you've got a grate which holds the fuel up a bit, and the air is controlled underneath it. Okay, I think you can stop with that one.